Well, Slush, how you do, Buckaroos? How the heck are you? So here's what I got today for you. Went from High Bank Distillery out of Columbus, Ohio. This is their barrel-proof Midnight Cask, a cask strength blend of straight whiskeys and port wine at 104.4. This stuff is just amazing, and I'm going to have some both neat and on the rocks with you. Let's set that down as I make sure this is set right to start with. Well, it's not showing yet, so let's wait a second. Let me show you how beautiful this whiskey is. Neat. I got about 2 ounces here. Look at that color, though. I love that nice ruby hue, probably brought on by that port wine. I am a big fan of a good port. Man, the aromas on this thing. I wish I only bought the one bottle from them, and I'm really mad at myself for not buying more product from them. I'm not sure why I didn't. But damn, this whiskey is crazy good. The only thing I can think of is that I've got this thing, right? I've got this prejudice, if you will, about blended whiskeys, because blended whiskeys were always the cheaper whiskeys, but there are a higher end of blended whiskeys, and I'm trying to wrap my old head around it because, us old guys don't adapt well to change. But man, I really wish I'd have bought more products from them because this thing is just gorgeous. Oh, mercy. Let me check this again real quick, see if that's straightened up for me. Yeah. Anyway, I also poured some on the rocks, and I will get to that here in a second. I want to wait just a moment for that to get to a certain place. So I'm going to check the aromas on the neat first. You do feel a lot of those port wine notes, right? You might get some dark fruit, some dark cherries, some overripe plum, which is what I'm picking out. You might get some other things, but that's what I'm feeling the most. Definitely getting a lot of vanilla, which I know is a little obvious, but I feel like it needs to be said. Definitely feel those oak notes on the nose. A lot of big spice in the finish. That's what surprises me the most, I think. But boy, it is just delectable. I gotta tell you, I've been trying not to drink this has to make it last. But I'm going to do this video and then try to hide it for, well, at least until Christmas. Uh, man, I really like it. I'm just mad at myself for not buying more from this particular distillery. I really am mad at myself for not buying more. Molasses right there. I just picked out some molasses. Now, typically I would say brown sugar, but I'm not really feeling that brown sugar note, but I'm definitely feeling that molasses note. And now I'm going to swap over and go rocks. I don't want too much, but I was waiting just a few minutes for it to get to a certain point here. Now, I'll be honest with you. This is a whiskey that really should be drank neat. but I've had to try it in a Manhattan. Uh, and I wanted to have it side by side, rocks and neat, just one time, but uh, moving on, it'll probably be primarily neat, although I might do have to do another Manhattan with it. So I'm at what I like to call the sweet spot, where you've got that right amount of melt, that right amount of cold, and it brings all those sugars to the surface. So you get the rocks tends to mute a lot of flavors, but for some it makes it easier to drink once it gets cold. Usually novice drinkers, because you get to a point, because I was that same way, right? I started with mixers, less mixer, rocks, and then neat. You get to that point, you kind of work yourself up the food chain where you really want to taste that whiskey. But sometimes, again, it does taste good on the rocks, but only if you do it right. If you get too much water in there, too much milk, you will definitely kill your whiskey. But I'm right there, boy. I got it right at where I want it to be. So I'm feeling those molasses notes. I didn't expect to feel it as much as I am because again, we're on the rocks, but I went a long way around the bar to tell you that. But yeah, you really feel those molasses notes in a great big way. I am feeling those dark fruit notes, a very dark cherry, overripe plum specifically. See if that's working for me yet. It's not going to work. Hmm. Not sure why I'm having some issues here, but nevertheless, it is what it is, I guess. And I hate that phrase and I hate when I say it, but sometimes there's just no other way. Thought I had that set up, but for some reason it's not working the way I want it to. Eh, See if that works for me this time. As I'm trying to figure out what I like about different streaming services, bear with me. I don't mean to ignore you and look down here, but I am technologically challenged. It is not my strong suit, man. So anyway, let me check something real quick here. Nope, still not going to work for me. Okay, we're just going to give that up. Let me finish this rock, so I don't want too much water to get in here. Again, this is the High Bank Distillery Midnight Cask Barrel Proof. This stuff is just beyond gorgeous. I'm just rather upset at myself for not buying more from this distillery. Anyway, Slancha. And we're back to neat, so we can relax. I don't need to drink that fast. You don't need to drink it fast, man. There's definitely some toffee, and I don't think I mentioned that earlier, which isn't unusual, but I just wanted to bring that up. Was because the fruits and everything were catching me early on, but now I'm really feeling those toffee notes. I seem to have lost my light. Oh my! There we go. That helps a little bit. I lost my light. I'm in the dark, man. Anyway, got that heat miser look going on. But bump bump but it's just a nice product, man. It's a great whiskey. In fact, it's one last time before I give up on it completely. Not sure why it's doing that to me. Hmm. Anyway, I digress. I am Tom the Whiskey Whisperer. Yeah, so I had a great time up in Columbus. I was expecting to hit a lot of breweries, and I hit a few, but it was really the distilleries that knocked my socks off. Endeavor Brewing and Distillery was awesome on both fronts. But again, High Bank, I had a great experience there. A great bartender, very knowledgeable, very friendly. Echo Spirits was awesome because I got to fill my own bottle of honey barrel whiskey. I'm very, very excited about that. I'm trying not to open that one yet. I'm going to try to wait till right around Christmas, if not Christmas Day or the day after or the day before, somewhere in that that holiday period, if you will. Um, but yeah, the distilleries that I found there that were just so amazing. There were a lot of great breweries. Don't get me wrong, and I found them. But boy, the distilleries. What the fuck happened there, man? I don't know. Anyway, anyways, I better wrap this up. I am Tom the well, I don't know what's going on anymore. I'm Tom the Whiskey Whisperer, Whiskey Evangelist, prolific whiskey drinker, purveyor of wisdom, man. All right, good guys, Sláinte. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I appreciate it.